Guys, welcome back. Tonight I want to talk about what I think is at the core of what's going on, why our world is so insane. I want to start by reading a Bible verse. It's from Isaiah 5:20. It says, "Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who substitute darkness for light and light for darkness, who substitute bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." All the verses that I'll be reading tonight is from the New American Standard Bible. Okay, now what does that mean? It means that there was a reason that Isaiah wrote that. He foresaw a time when people would be calling right wrong and wrong right. And that's what's going on today. The world is becoming easily fooled and easily complacent to whatever. You only have to look to your Target stores. Target has advertised that they are letting men use the women's restroom. Men that may feel like a woman that day can go into the restroom. Target has advertised this, and they're okay with that. There's girls now that are being allowed in the Boy Scouts and some of the programs. Have the Girl Scouts gone away? No. If if there are girls in the Boy Scouts, are they really going to be called Boy Scouts anymore? They can't be. We are living in a time when sex is glorified. I mean, look no more than the 50 Shades of Grey series and movies. When right is laughed at, you've got our current vice president who does not meet alone with women unless they are his wife. If he's in a meeting with a woman, there's at least one other person there. He was ridiculed for that. He will not have lunch with another woman unless it's his wife. We get businesses boycotted that stand up for their religious beliefs that abortion is murder and do not want to be forced by the government to pay for birth control. This problem has been evolving for a long time. Look at what's going on with marriage. Now, when I was a kid, I remember it was, well, it's not a marriage. All they want is the right to have a union. But it would be different than a marriage. Well, that didn't make sense to me then, it, because that's not what they wanted. They wanted to destroy the very foundation of what God had created. I mean, Adam and Eve are in the beginning of the Bible. It was one man, one woman. They've tried to redefine marriage for decades. let's look at how that began. Okay? In 1993, Hawaii, which is our most liberal state, some people think it's California. No. People think it's New York. No, it's Hawaii, our most liberal state. Hawaii Supreme Court rules that denying marriage to same-sex couples violates the state constitution. That was 93. September of 1996, Cigar Bill puts into law the Defense of Marriage Act. The Defense of Marriage Act said that marriage is one man, one woman. Now, why did Cigar Bill sign this into law? 1996 was a re-election year, and he was trying to take attention away from the Lewinsky scandal. 2000, civil unions became legal. So they should have won, right? That's what they wanted. They should have stopped. No. 2003, the Massachusetts Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage. When they did that, couples started going into Massachusetts to get married. And then they would go into other states and force those other states to acknowledge that they were married. And the floodgates started opening at that point. More states started adopting same-sex marriage. In 2008, California made it legal, and couples started going to California as well. Now, in 2004, 11 states voted to put in their state constitution that marriage was one man, one woman. In 2006, 7 more states did that. That's 18 states. Despite that, in 2011, Kenyon Berry said that he would no longer defend the Defense of Marriage Act. Despite 18 states that's people just like you and me. They get up, they work hard, they follow their dream every day. They have careers, they have families, they have busy lives, they have values. They get up and they vote. And they say, this is what is right. One man, one woman. Doesn't matter. The Supreme Court said same-sex marriage is legal. Overturning everything that those states were saying. Your vote did not count. The Supreme Court knows better than you. Now, what does this mean? This means that today, right is wrong, wrong is right. No one really knows what's right and wrong anymore. My friends, I want to spell this out to you. The Bible clearly says homosexuality is a sin. Therefore, I believe homosexuality is a sin. Why do I say that? Okay, let's go to the book of Romans. Romans was written by St. Paul. Here's what he had to say. This is from chapter 1. Professing to be wise, they, the people, became fools. They served the creature instead of the Creator. Who's the creature? Well, Pretty obvious. If we got the creator on one side, who's on the other side? Satan. It's the creature. We have people serving Satan. Women exchanged their natural function for that which is unnatural. In the same way, men abandoned women and burned in their desire toward one another. Men with men committing indecencies. And then his final thought on that idea. Those who practice such things are worthy of death. Let's go to Jude. Now, Jude's just a little itty bitty book, but it's the book right before Revelations. Now, if we think that Revelation is the end times, which it is, it's a prophecy of the end times, look at Jude as a preview, as what will lead up to the end times, okay? Jude, and this is Jude 18th verse. In the last time there will be mockers, following after their own ungodly lust. These are the ones who will cause divisions, worldly minded, devoid of the Spirit. We've got people who are believing that good is evil. We have people who ridicule Mike Pence for his stand of only having lunch with his wife, only meeting with women if he's not the only other person there. He's ridiculed. But we have people like Cigar Bill. We have people like the other Bill Cosby. We have people like Harvey Weinstein who are glorified. We have a director who is an award-winning director who cannot come back into the country because then he would stand trial for the rape of a 13-year-old, Roman Polanski. He's glorified. His movies, just people flock to them, and he's a god to these people. The people that see good as evil and evil as good. They have so lost their focus on what is good that they really don't know what is good and what is evil. They know what the world tells them. We live in a fallen world. As a result of that, we all sin. I am not perfect. I'm the worst person I know. But I do know that if God tells me something is wrong, that I try to avoid it. I've lost 2 jobs because of my stand on homosexuality. That's okay with me. I still know what is right and what is wrong. Now, am I saying that homosexuals are evil people? I'm not saying that. They are people who have been led to believe by the creature that walks the earth. They have been led to believe that whatever they want to do Whatever feels good is okay. They've been led to believe that. Here's what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking to help those people if you can. I'm asking you to pray for those people. I'm asking you to talk to them. Don't yell at them. Don't tell them they're wrong. Love them. Show them the love that God shows you every day. We live in a world of hate. We live in a world where people yell about everything. We live in a world of obscenity, of degenerate behavior, where anything is okay. And there's one way to get rid of that. And that way is to love. Now, I'm not saying ignore what they do, because that's not what the Bible is saying. We have to love our neighbor, but we have to also tell them that what they believe, what they have been told, is in fact evil. The act itself is evil, not the person. This was not an easy subject to talk about. No one ever wants to talk about religion or the hard stuff. People can talk sports all day. People can talk about the weather and upcoming events and the kids all day. But no one ever wants to talk about stuff like this. And this is what we need to talk about. This stuff matters. This is one of the most important things you will ever talk about to somebody else. My friends, I thank you for listening. Once again, good night and God bless.